Time now for that wacky story on the CU podcast, the clickbaity one. Man suing his date for texting during Guardians of the Galaxy 2. This comes from The Statesman, which is an Austin, Texas, I guess, periodical, newspaper, online site. Comes up from the Alamo Draft House. There's been an update to the story, which I'll get to. A man is suing a Round Rock woman. That's not the type of person she is. That's where she's from. Round Rock woman for texting during a movie date at the Barton Creek Square Theater. He filed it in small claims court. Brandon Vesmer, 37, of Austin, filed a claim against his date. He's asking for $17.31, which is the price of the movie ticket to a 3D showing of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which, by the way, was a good movie. The 35-year-old woman, reached by phone, said she didn't know about the claim. She asked her name not be used. She said, "Oh my God, this is crazy." All right. He met the woman online, Vesmer, and he went on her first date May 6th to a movie. By the way, if you're out there listening to this I know you're not seeking relationship advice from me. Maybe that's for the Not So Common podcast. A movie is the worst place for a first date or even second date, I would argue. You don't have a chance to interact with the person, get to know them, see if how the chemistry is. A date is almost an excuse not to talk to someone for 2 hours, and you pay for it. Just go to a nice restaurant, go out, do a fun activity where you interact. Don't go to the movies for a first date anyway. They went on their first date. He said it was kind of a first date from hell. About 15 minutes after the movie began, Vesmer said, his date started texting on her phone. This is like one of my biggest pet peeves. Well, I'm hoping it wasn't just because she wasn't interested in you at all, but if you're watching a movie, you don't have to be interested in your date at all to have a good time. You can just watch the huge 80-foot screen in front of you. Vesmer said the woman activated her phone at least 10 to 20 times in 15 minutes to read and send text messages. That's a lot for a movie. Maybe get away with it for once or twice. He said he asked her to stop but refused. He said he told her that maybe she should go outside to text. She left the theater and never came back. She left in her car, which they had driven to the theater, leaving Vesmer without a ride, he said. He said he texted her a few days later asking for the price of the ticket, but she refused to pay it. So they went in her car, I guess, and then so he was now out of the movie ticket price he felt was owed to him, but also I guess he Ubered it back home or took a Lyft back there, so he's out of that as well, but he's not asking for that price left. That's very, very funny part of the story too. I wonder if he realized that. Oh shit, I told her to leave the theater. Maybe she won't be coming back, and I got to spend $20 to Uber at home at 11:30 at night. All right. The woman said she only texted 2 or 3 times. I had my phone low, and I wasn't bothering anybody. She was texting a friend, the story says, who was having a fight with her boyfriend. It wasn't like constant texting. All right. So I usually don't turn my phone off before the movie. I at least turn off the ringer because I'm not an animal. All right, you should at least turn the ringer off. And if I do get a text, I will look at it maybe quickly. But even I know if I do that, that light in a dark theater, the light is distracting to everyone behind you and to the side for like 35 feet at least. You go from watching, it's all darkness, and then, you see a beacon of light right in front of you. Even if the phone is low, that light comes out. It is a distraction to be texting besides that. To be on your phone. And if it was that important, leave the theater. If she's going through a breakup, that sucks. Have some common courtesy. Leave the theater. So I agree with that. It might be going a little bit too far to sue, though. But he's making a point, and this was national news, I think, about this. That's what makes it so funny. That this guy, you might think he's an asshole. He's standing up for what he thinks is right, and he's trying to shame this person, and basically he's firing the first shot in the war against texting and using phones in movie theaters. People have been shot over this stuff in movie theaters, about talking too loudly, not getting off their cell phone. This is important stuff. And until that, they approve the, cell phone blockers in theaters that the movie theater chains want to, this stuff's going to happen. People are going to get pissed at other people using their phones. So this guy is making a point. You might think, oh, he's being an asshole. What's wrong with him? I somewhat applaud this guy's moxie for doing this and facing criticism for wanting, it's the principle, $17.31. He's going to pay a lot more in just filing the fee to go into small claims court. I bet it's at least like, $50 or $100 just for the court case to show up in the future. But here's the update. There is an update. The Alamo Drafthouse, which is the famous movie theater this was happened at, CEO Tim League offered a $17.31 gift certificate to settle the lawsuit. Not the cash, just a gift certificate. So he's got to come back and potentially, with another date, face awful behavior again that's going to happen. The CEO, Tim League, learned about the lawsuit, filed, and he said, on one hand, I'm concerned about our courts being clogged with superfluous lawsuits. This is a threat to civilized society. He thinks that, yes, Vesmer doesn't like the texting in the theaters. So Tim League is going to try to help out here. He said that if Vesmer would drop the case, Alamo Drafthouse would pay for that movie ticket. There you have it. We'll see if it gets this far. I wonder if this is going to be like showing up on the People's Court or Judge Judy. That would be hysterical. For this woman, this is a nightmare that this has become a national story. For Vesmer, he thinks he's doing God's work. And you know what? I am more apt to believe with him. Taking that stand to turn off your fucking cell phone while you're in a movie theater. Or at least, after a couple times, get your ass out of there and take care of it.